Well, I'm not surprised, and this video right here falls in line, and it will fall in line every time we have a police-involved shooting that involves an unarmed African-American male or female. Now, at the time of this video recording, you're at the 50th anniversary of the death and assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. And with all that political correct shit that we see on the news, and with them, we know it's fake love, so on and so forth. We see in the continued injustice for African American men and women. It's continued and it's annual. It's a lot of shootings that's not being reported, and I realize that. And so for the mentally woke that's on my channel and just on this platform, then I welcome you for watching this video. Now, this video is in reference to the recent shootings and the non-charges that these officers get out with Alton Sterling and with Stephon Clark being shot in his back 6 to 8 times, shot at 20 times, accused of breaking in cars or what have you. But we had not seen one photo of busted out glass, window, cars, none of that. Haven't seen that photo. The same tag and buzzword was used that the pigs love to use. They love to use that. I felt threatened. It appears he had a gun. The 911 call said there was a gun, so on and so forth. But see, what we don't hear is the 911 audio describing the individual, because we know that question is asked. What race is this gentleman, sir, ma'am? Well, he's an African American. That's it. Thank you. We'll take it from here. See, they get excited when they hear African American male or female. Yeah, they do. It's like I said, it's a lot of cases not being reported. You shoot a deaf man for breaking up a fight. Have you heard it on the news? Haven't heard that one on the news. Nah. But see, it's a lot of other race being shot and mowed down by these pig in the blankets that don't make the news. You know why? Because the news media know it don't have that underlying tone of race bait. It doesn't have it. Now again, at the time of this immediate video recording, we at the 50th anniversary of the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. And you hear the common phrase with that is, we have came so far, but yet we got so far to go. I'm so tired of hearing that goddamn phrase. Because if a pig in a blanket can show up and shoot, that's my new phrase, show up and shoot. Now you would think with these so-called police that they would do clear-cut detective work. You know, y'all motherfuckers do more detective work in these goddamn crime TV shows. CSI, New York, Miami, and shit. Y'all do that thorough shit on the TV show. But in real life, like in Brooklyn, New York, with this latest shooting, you taking phone tower, light post snapshots and shit. And then in this clip that's coming up is fair use for the educational purpose of surviving in the United States of America as an African American man or woman. That's what this video is for. Because we have to have the talk with our family and family members. You can have an object in your hand, and you know, if you're African American, oh, there got to be a gun. Gotta be a gun. Gotta go get a gun. It's what they're gonna say. Of course, they're gonna mute the audio on the body camera so they can concoct their story. Of course, in this case in Brooklyn, New York, these officers don't even have body cameras. as you're going to hear in this audio clip coming up. You know, the motherfucker that's on the podium. Look, his body language show you that he almost get an attitude for the female even asking him the question about body cameras. What the fuck you asking me that question for? I don't have no body cameras, bitch. That's the body language that's been displayed. Of course you don't have no body cameras. Of course not. I guess it makes sense for 4 officers to shoot at a man that's holding a object. So no police officers, no sniper guys, nobody with binoculars to see exactly what is in this man's hand. No time for that. Just show up and shoot. That's my new phrase for 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. I think you get the fucking point. I can get the point. Show up and shoot. And of course, Black Lives Matter gonna get their ass out there with that race-based shit, for which they don't get their ass out there for black-on-black crime. I'm still waiting, Black Lives Matter, for the black-on-black crime. Because, see, the media is gonna make sure this hit the news. They're gonna make sure they show you every angle. They're gonna do it. Just like this corny-ass, coon-ass motherfucker in this clip, holding up goddamn photos. Hey, this photos here? Yeah, that's what he had. That's the detective work y'all doing. That's the piss poor detective work that you're doing. When you arrive on a scene, you survey the scene. No rubber bullets, no taser. Nobody looking with binoculars and making sure what he has is really a gun. No time for that, right? Just, if he takes a gun stance and points towards officers, 4 officers in this case must shoot. Must shoot them. We must do it. It's their stance. And based on these photos that this coon on the podium is showing you, and the video, no body camera, just the video he's seen, is justified. It's justified now. Just like they said in Stephon Clark case. It's justified for them to shoot at you 20 times and hit you 8 times in your back, and then concoct a story that you was coming towards them. Well, common sense, if that's the case, then the bullets would be in your chest, in your stomach, all right? Not in the back. And in this coon here, in this scenario, he makes the distinction, which is different from the Stephon Clark, that, oh yeah, our 4 officers shot this guy. And unlike Stephon Clark officers, we rendered aid here. We got an aid, we got an ambulance, we did it. That's supposed to make us feel good that 4 officers shot this man. And after you shot this man, y'all quickly rendered aid to him. Really? Really? We supposed to feel better now? We supposed to feel good now? Really? See, this is what I mean when I say stay woke. Alright? Everybody talk about the Parkland shooting in Florida, and you see Oprah Winfrey bring her token black ass and donate some money, didn't she? Yes, she did. Yes, she did. But I ain't heard Oprah Winfrey donate no money to Black Lives Matter, and I haven't heard Black Lives Matter bring their ass out for black-on-black crime. You feel me? Y'all feel me, right? So when you listen to Martin Luther King Jr., then you put his words into context. Yes, we don't came so far, but we do got a long ass way. We got a long way to go. We got a long way to go here. Because if our own race is going to support them and not us as nigga, but see, if you're familiar with my channel, you know I give 2 shits about that bitch Oprah Winfrey. That's right. Somebody tweet my shit to that hoe. I don't need the fake shit like Jesse Jackson. No, not the fake shit. Not the fake shit. We need real civil rights leaders out here. All right, real motherfuckers, man. And that's why I stay mentally woke when I'm out here in this world, because I know holding my cell phone, holding a drink, or taking a towel, my shit, whatever I got in my hand. If somebody called the police on me and say, that African-American man over there on that street has something in his hand, I felt threatened when I walked by him, you must go, they coming to get my ass. And based on the history that I'm seeing here, I have no chance of explaining myself when they arrive on the scene. Because 9 times out of 10, ass nigga, they're going to show up and shoot. Period. Now, with this goddamn clip you about to see, you're going to see this piss poor ass detective work that they claim is going to validate them. It's going to get them off. Motherfuckers showing you photos of what they took. Well, if you took time to take photos of this man holding the object, then why the hell you didn't bring no police with binoculars, scopes, to really see exactly what this man had? Nobody used no tasers, no rubber bullets, none of that. What's those little police shields that you walk around with when there's a riot? No time for that either? No time for that. No dogs? No dogs. Okay, no dogs. Stay woke for all my African-American men and women out there. You should know what time it is. Even in 50 years after Martin Luther King was assassinated, ain't shit changed. Ass nigga.
Everyone good? Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Chief Terrence Monahan, the Chief of Department. The information I'm about to give you is preliminarily, as this incident just happened a couple hours ago. Today, at 4:40 p.m., the NYPD received several 911 calls of a man described as a male black, wearing a brown jacket, pointing what is described as a silver firearm at people on the street. 3 different 911 callers described the man with the gun pointing it at people on the street. There is video from commercial establishments along Utica Avenue that shows a man brandishing what appears to be a firearm, pointing it at people. This is a snapshot of one of the locations where we see the male here pointing what believes to be a firearm at a civilian on the street. Officers responded to the corner of Utica Avenue and Montgomery Street, where they encountered the suspect matching the description provided by the 911 callers. The suspect then took a 2-handed shooting stance and pointed an object at the approaching officers, 2 of whom were in uniform. This is a photo that we took from across the street, seconds before the officers discharged, with the man in a stance pointing in the direction of where the officers were coming from. This is all corroborated by the videos that we have reviewed on the scene. 4 officers discharged their weapons, striking the suspect. Officers immediately rendered aid to the suspect and requested an ambulance. The suspect was transported to Kings County Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased. This is a photo of the object that was recovered from the male. A pipe with some sort of knob on the end of it.
So people in the community say that the individual in this case was sort of a known mentally ill.
Again, this is officers facing an incident on the street. Let's stay focused on what they did today. This was not an EDP call. This was not an emotionally disturbed call. This was a call of a man pointing what 911 calls and people felt was a gun at people on the street. When we encounter him, he turns with what appears to be a gun at the officers. We have to stay straight on the facts of this incident today, okay?
In the back. How many shots were fired from how many officers?
At this point, 4 officers fired, and it appears that we fired 10 rounds between the 4 officers.
Was there any that clarified that he wasn't holding a gun?
The 3 911 calls we have, there are 3 calls that we reviewed. All 3 calls say he is holding an object that appears to be a gun. They're not sure, but it appears to be a gun. One of the calls says it appears like he's trying to fire that gun at the people on the street.
Were the officers wearing body cameras?
No, the 7-1 precinct, this was day tour anti-crime. and SRG, none of them are doing the body cams. 4 to 12 has the body cams in the 7-1.